All right, here is an email from Juni, this sparkling tea brand. What I'm going to redo about this email. So this is a UGC social proof email, which is a very good angle. I like that they've sent this. What I'm going to redo about it is going to allow them or any brand that sends emails like this to double dip. And what I mean by that is not only can you show the the UGC social proof, you can also cause people to organically post their content, right? So this I assume are like paid partners, these creators, but there's a way to display these to cause people and basically create this flywheel. Other people are going to start submitting photos. You're going to feature them. That's going to cause more people to submit photos. But that's not going to work on an email like this. So that's the things we're going to redo. Before we dive into that, I'm just going to rework the header. Okay, so let's start with this new header here. Actually, more specifically, before they even see the header, the subject line. So here's the original subject line: real sips, real obsession. I mean, I don't know. I think we can do better than that. So here's like our feed lately, photos inside. And if you want to know why this specifically is better than that, the purpose of a subject line is to get people to open. So this, I don't really know what it means. So here's the thing, like if you have a strong brand, people are going to open your emails. There's a certain amount of people that's going to open your emails no matter what you send. So the bigger you get, the less it even matters what your subject line is. But when you act like it matters, it's only going to benefit you, right? So here's this. Think about what's in here that's going to make people want to click. So the photos inside, someone might click just to see the photos. Our feed lately, again, that makes people curious what the feed lately looks like. Real sips, real obsession. You're not really giving any kind of hint or clue as to what is inside the email that's going to make them want to click. All right, let's go now. When they open the email, honestly, putting the header and the CTA higher up and making the CTA bigger is going to get you more clicks. If you get more clicks, that's more traffic, which means more sales. So a simple thing like that, if it's, especially when you have like the photo with space on it, like I understand some cases it's just not feasible to have the text up here just based on the way the design template or the photo we're trying to show is. But whenever you can, you might as well. And that's what we've done here. We've got more than enough room up here. Even if there wasn't, that's easy even if it did kind of like was cut off here, it's easy enough to like AI generate the clouds and the sky up there. So that's something that we're going to do. And I like the dark, I don't know if you can see that, but this dark blurred black square. So I've added in that just to make it legible. If we didn't have that, it's harder to read. So good call on them for doing that. But I do just like the logo and having their slogan underneath as well, because that's what they have on the website. And I think it's a nice slogan. We might as well have that there. And I just like it directly on the background. It looks a little cleaner than having this bar thing there. All right, so now let's actually move into the main thing I wanted to cover. All right, so here's the main body section reworked here. So two things we've done. First one's nothing genius. We're just going to ask people to tag. Can we feature you next? Tag us on Instagram, blank. And I don't have like a button in here because we're just making it clear that that's a link right there. And the next thing we're doing is we're making it about the creator. So we're kind of like putting their name in big letters. We're showing their display picture, username. We're showing it as if it's from their account. And this view on Instagram is going to link to their profile. So making it about the creator. So it keeps creators with you long term, because if you're competing with other brands, it's just a race to the bottom, right? There's always going to be another brand that can pay them better rates, that can pay them better commissions. But the way you treat them and the way you kind of like drive attention to them is what's going to keep people loyal to your brand for your brand's sake. And the other thing it does is it gets organic, not even like paid influencers interested in posting, because the average person clicks the view on Instagram link and it takes them to someone's profile. That makes people want to do the same thing, because if they're also a fan of your brand and they're also down to take a picture and they also know that if you tag them, they might post you, like people just want that. So this is a way to create that flywheel where you were showing off the stuff that people have posted. That's going to cause people to post and tag you. That's going to give you more stuff to feature. And let me show you a live example of this working. So here's an example of us running this for another brand, another client. So this, very similar, right? So we've got the header, we've got the sections with the different posts, and then we've got a CTA asking people to do the same. And again, we're making it about the creator. So we're tagging, or we're showing their picture, their username, and these links go to either their post if they posted it from their account, or just their profile. And the more we send this, ever since we started, other people have been posting stuff as well. I assume some of these might be paid, but a lot of them just aren't. So here's from 1 day ago, and we have enough to send this at least once a month. And every time we send it, more people start sending their stuff in. So that's kind of proof that I know what I'm talking about. It's not just like some random ideas. This actually does work when you do it this way. Okay, so how do we want to close out this email? Usually I would close with a testimonial for social proof, but because this entire email is social proof, I'm going to do something different. And if you notice, what do we have and not have in the original email and in this email so far? So we've got real sips, real obsession, the can everyone's reaching for, some photos with these people, where you can get it. At no point are we actually talking about what the drink is. Like, what is it? It does, like, I know what it is. And again, like, this is one of those things where I understand exactly why this happens. It's easy to forget to say the important stuff, just sometimes on accident, because from the inside, you kind of just forget what the average person needs to know. Or you kind of develop this false belief that everyone who gets your emails already knows who you are and what you're selling. And that is just not the case. So we need to go out of our way to explain, what is this drink? It is sparkling tea. What makes us different? We're going to show all of that in the email. So I'll be right back. All right, so we're going to close off the email with a buy box that specifically goes into detail on what the product is. So a couple things I pulled from their website. I like that cool transition looking thing that they have at the bottom. So I recreated that right here. And we've got this header in that cool editorial 80s, 70s editorial font type thing. And I've highlighted what gives away the product. So sparkling tea, and another what the super 5 ingredients, clear CTA, and more details about the specific ingredients, what they call the super 5 ingredients. So this could maybe be filler for the vast majority of the list, but a lot of people, they specifically are like, oh, I've been hearing about ashwagandha. I would buy something with ashwagandha, or same with lion's mane. So it's not always filler. So a lot of people, they might not be interested in anything else in the email, but if they've been hearing about certain things like reishi mushrooms or whatever, like that itself is going to be enough to win a conversion. So definitely smart to include. And we're going to include a product image. I thought this one was perfect because it kind of goes with the same kind of shape that we have these things in, this like funneling downwards type thing, and the logo, and closed out. So that's what we're going to do. So the main thing, the main change that we made, or the main upgrade that we made, is sending this is going to actually cause more people to organically start sending in photos like this, which is going to give you more content to post and creates this infinite flywheel. If people are organically posting about your brand, that can only be a good thing. That's going to make you more money. There's just no argument against this. So if you've got a brand that makes at least $100,000 per month or more, tap the link in the description because you need my emails. My agency has generated over $50 million for e-commerce brands, 7 to 8 figures. So do that. If you want a video that goes into more detail about the strategy, design, and the copy, which I kind of like paused while I worked on all that kind of stuff. If you want me to go in depth on that, I will link a 30-minute video on the screen. All right, see you next one.